armbar from the mount.
So now we're gonna get to Coach John's favorite move, the armbar. We're gonna go over just a standard way to do it. If you have a training partner at home, this is a good drill to go over, so that way we don't forget our connection, contour, and pressure. Okay, we're just staying heavy on top of the person the entire time. I'm gonna sit and mount her right now. Is I'm gonna have my partner have their hands right in center of chest. The person's gonna push up is the side that I'm gonna swing my leg around the head. So I'm gonna put all of my weight on Coach John here. My knee. Oh, I felt your back.
That's good.
I just adjusted Coach John's back. And I'm leaning my head towards my own knee on the far side. When my leg steps around, I'm gonna hug the arm, squeeze everything in towards me, just like this. I'm hugging really tight. I'm gonna pinch my knees, curling my heels in like a snake bite. And now I'm gonna sit all the way back. And right now, we're not gonna talk about the grips. We're just gonna hug this arm really tight as we can. And if we can get this down, sliding back and pulling them towards me, this is sometimes enough to get the arm bar. What I want to see is you focus on keeping this arm super connected to you. Hey guys, Coach Marco here, SBG So Cal, Speakeasy Jiu Jitsu. Today is July 13th, and it is 1:55 p.m. I just came into the studio right now. I talked to Coach John a little while earlier, and it looks like we are going to be closing again for a while. The governor said about 2 hours ago that fitness facilities have to be shut down, no more outdoor seating. So it looks like we're going back into, just like the early phases of the quarantine, we're going back into the stay-at-home order. This is very upsetting to me, but I care about people immensely, and I want to make sure that people stay safe. And I don't know much about the virus or how viruses work. All I know is that I'm wearing this thing every single minute that I'm here to keep my clients safe, and I know that I'm wearing this thing every second that I'm out there outside of my home to keep people safe. And I feel that we have to do our part to keep the community safe. And if the governor says that we should be shut down, it's not good for the school. I feel like it is our responsibility to keep everybody safe, and I hope that you guys feel the same way too. On the light side of things, July 4th just happened. It was crazy. I live in Highland Park. If you don't know where Highland Park is, it's the northeast part of Los Angeles, and every 4th of July, or every 2 months leading up to 4th of July and 2 months after 4th of July, Highland Park is pretty much crazy. I am getting used to the surrounding areas being very quiet at night. I feel like I live in the suburbs all of a sudden, because like 10 o'clock rolls around and there's nobody out in the street. I live on just off of one of the busiest streets in Highland Park, and we're so used to the noises from the bands playing at the bars and people walking up and down the street and people parking and throwing bottles and throwing up, and now the past 4 or 5 months it's been quiet, and we still hear the occasional firework. But 4th of July was a lot of fun, and here's some footage now. So Krisha and I decided we were going to stay home, obviously, because of everything that's going on with coronavirus. But we also decided to stay home because our dogs are extremely nervous when it comes to fireworks. Well, I have two dogs. I have a German Shepherd, and he's really nervous with fireworks. And then I have a Shiba Inu mix, and she's not nervous. So we stay home because my big boy, he gets scared. He likes us to be around. But we decided to go outside for a little bit. What I did is I set the ladder up, we climbed up onto our roof, and we just watched the surrounding area and all the fireworks that were happening. It's somewhat annoying when somebody waits until 4 in the morning to set off a firework, but the time before that, I would say like 11 o'clock and before, it was absolutely gorgeous, and the fireworks were amazing. The fireworks don't seem as crazy this year, huh?
I guess so. I mean, they've been doing this for weeks.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised they don't have quite as many today. You can tell they're like kind of fireworks though.
Yeah, they're not like blowing up right. They're like all weird shapes.
Weird shapes,
Yeah. And in case you didn't know, fireworks are illegal in Los Angeles County. So you're not allowed to do fireworks. And we were waiting for the next day to see like all these people that, you know, blowing their hands off. And like in the 90s, they used to give us all those PSAs, like little commercials, and they would talk to us about it at school, and they would show us photos. And I didn't see like any stories. I saw like a couple palm trees on fire for 4th of July, but nothing more than that, luckily. So I hope everybody had a really awesome 4th of July. We're in our 3rd week of being, well, this would be our 4th week of being open. So we had 3 weeks where we were allowed to be open and continue classes. And it was going great. We're seeing familiar faces come back that we haven't seen in a long time. Some of the kids were already doing the online classes that we have, our Google Classroom online, and we're going to continue to do that now that we're going to be closed. But it was nice to see, you know, familiar faces I haven't seen in a long time start to trickle back in and feel comfortable with the way that we're doing things. And as you can see, we mapped out and we're following everything that all of the guidelines that they asked us to do. We're following to a T. We wear the mask. We check the temperature of students that come in. We have an entrance and an exit. We have a hand washing station. We have hand sanitizer everywhere. We have air circulating. We keep the doors open. We keep the students in their boxes while they're here, and we keep them separated. They're not allowed to take their masks off unless we give them permission to get a sip of water. They take it off real fast, get a sip, and put it right back on before they talk. And I'm surprised because I have kids as young as 4.5 years old in those classes, and they're doing fantastic jobs of really respecting their peers by keeping their masks on and respecting us and our rules as well. So kudos to them. And the adults are also doing a good job as well. But yeah, we have 2 sides to the mat here. This is one side. And we have 15 spaces, which is what we're allowed to do with the square footage we have and the amount of space we have. And then we also have our second space over here, which we did the same thing. We did 15 spaces, even though this mat goes out. We have about 100 more square feet, but we decided to just have that be open so that way we can have double the space basically. And we used to run 2 classes at the same time, but we don't do that anymore. We shortened the length of our classes to 45 minutes instead of an hour. And if the class was an hour and a half, it's now down to 45 minutes. Some of our 45-minute classes we shortened down to a half an hour. Now the reason why we did that was we wanted a time slot between every class where we could actually clean the mats and clean and sanitize the school. And in case you guys don't have this, they have these really cool like hand pump sanitizers. Or like you can put the solution here, mix it in with some water, and you hand pump this, and then you spray it, and you can adjust the nozzle to see how fine or how thick you want the water to go on, or the solution. And then when you're done, you just release the pressure. And this is awesome. We have a big, like a really big one, but that thing's like hard to lug around, and we mop the mats every day. But this is good for the in-between classes, right? The solution that we have in here has the same active ingredients, or same active ingredient as Clorox, and it goes on real fine mist. We make sure that every single spot on the mat gets hit, and then we let it dry in between class, and it dries really fast because right now in California it's like almost 100 degrees, and even though with the air going, there's no humidity in the air, and it dries super fast. Within 10 minutes, it's nice and dry, and it's ready for the next class. We also sanitize the restrooms. We sanitize any spot that we feel that people might be having contact with their hands. Yeah, if somebody like needs to cough or sneeze, we go and sanitize that. We have hand sanitizer, and we're doing our best to keep the school as clean as possible. And like luckily we've had 0 cases, and I know that it's our responsibility to make sure that we're screening the kids, we're screening the people that are coming in, we're making sure that everybody's safe, everybody keeps their mask on. And so far, it's fostering a, number 1, healthy community, both mentally and physically. And number 2, people get to continue to study. Yes, we can't do any contact right now, but I mean, we're still here on the mats. We're still continuing to physically get stronger, mentally get stronger. We're cementing a lot of the fundamentals back in our students because some of them took some breaks. And we're also getting people back in shape because after having like a 3-month break or 4-month break, getting back on the mats just to do push-ups can be hard for some people because this is their gym. This is where they come in and they work out, and this is how they express themselves. And then they go home and you don't feel motivated at home, or maybe they did. I did for the first month and a half. I was working out almost every single day, lifting weights, stretching, and then after that, filming and doing the online classes, it was just, I lost motivation. And I'm an instructor. I lost motivation to continue to work out at my house because I'm so used having this place be my place of zen or my place of joy, and I just didn't have this place. I couldn't come and work out here, right? So I lost motivation. So I understand why people want gyms to be open. Hopefully we're only closed for a week, 2 weeks, and we're back at it. 2 weeks sounds like nothing now compared to the 4 months or 3 months that we were closed. So hope that it goes by very fast, and I hope to see everybody very, very soon. So what's the plan for today? Well, people are probably going to be filtering in because we only found out about the notice to shut down fitness facilities a couple hours ago. So we sent out an email. We're hitting up our Instagram, our Facebook, and just trying to let everybody know, everybody that we can, and hopefully they see it. And everybody that comes in, I'm just gonna have to let them know what's going on and turn them away. And because we don't know how long we're gonna be closed, you know, it pains me to have to tell people that we're gonna be closed for a little while longer. But I hope that they understand that we are doing our part to keep people safe. And I would absolutely, I couldn't live with myself if I was the reason why somebody got sick here, or if we stayed open because we wanted to and going against orders and somebody got sick here. And I would even be more devastated if anything very serious happened to somebody because of it. So we are doing our part, and you know, what's 2 weeks of no training if you can come back for years to come? Sorry, we got told that we had to be closed. The governor put out the notice at 12. So we sent out an email. We don't know if it's going to be a week or 2 weeks, but I think we're thinking probably around a week. But we're still going to continue to do the online classes. He's here!
Oh no, I don't have my mask on.
And he has the coffee.
I did bring goodness.
Did you lick my straw? I'm gonna get COVID. Thanks, man.
Now I did.
Thanks, man.